Another thing I'm curious about is meditation is the driving force in my life. Meditation, yoga, spirituality. That's been the key to my transformation and my sort of second chance from a real mental health crisis to a much more centered, a much more joyful, purposeful way of life. And I'm curious, kind of what the teachings were around meditation within prison, and if you've had the chance to kind of share any of that you benefited from.
Sure. I've talked a little bit about it. So I moved into the cell with this kid. I didn't know what to make of him. He had a lazy eye, he had a bunch of bad tattoos. He was just like this kid from a bad neighborhood. And he ended up being one of the wisest, most inspiring people I've ever met. He was a couple years younger than me, and I didn't expect it at the time, but what I saw was him, modeling this behavior. I saw him meditating every day and exercising every day and training every day and reading every day. So by moving in the cell with him, I said, "Hey, like, what are you doing? Like, can you help me? Can you teach me? Can you?" And so I kind of adopted this program that he taught. And he had grown up in a family that was, they were all martial artists and they'd been practicing Zen meditation for years. And it was just all these very formal things that didn't necessarily resonate as well for me, but the practices themselves did. And it was interesting because when he left, I was like, well, what am I going to do now? Like, I can't figure this out on my own. I've only been meditating for 6 months. I happened to be on a phone call with a family friend who said, "Hey, you should talk to my husband. Like, he's been part of a Zen family for 35 years." So I called, and we had a weekly phone call for 16 or 17 years. And I usually go see him. I was supposed to go see him today, but I was helping a friend move. And we still have a relationship where we went through the Muan Kon. We did this traditional Zen practice and then kind of branched out into non-dual treatment. So we essentially just like explored what is it to be mindful? How do we do that? Do we do it through walking meditation, through sitting meditation, through concentration, or through general mindfulness? Like all these different areas. But what it really came back to me, or for me, is like this pause. Like if you've ever read Tara Brach, she talks about that a lot. Like wherever are we at, are we able to exist in this space and like have a pause from the action and the thinking and the immediacy and just have that space? And I found that meditation really helps me have that space in any moment. It helps me get into the flow, or it helps me have some space to kind of step back from things. And it was a profound transformation in my life.
Outstanding. Thank you so much, Jesse.